In this video, I want to take a look at a game which I played a few weeks ago. This was a 10-minute game, and because I was writing down my moves and playing with a clock, I did not actually manage to write down the entire game. I also made some mistakes, which I probably shouldn't have made uh, had I not been writing down my moves. So the game started as a scotch, and here I decided to play c3, the Goring Gambit. My opponent accepted the gambit and played knight f6, which, well, I have practically no experience in this opening, so what little theory I looked at, knight f6 was not a move which I had ever seen, so I knew that I should be better if I can find the correct move. I played bishop c4. The engine says that white has a very nice advantage after this move, e5. Now, I'm glad I did not play this move because, well, in some positions, this being one of them, there is only one good move after knight g4, which is the only sensible move for black to maintain the advantage for white. And that move is queen e2, which violates at least three principles that I teach my students not to make. So one is you're developing the queen before the minor pieces. Two, you are plugging this bishop, which means it's going to take longer to castle. You are also delaying castles because you are wasting a tempo moving the queen when you want to castle and make sure that your king is safe. And, well, this move, e5, if black ever plays d6 or d5, yes, you can take on d6 and check, but you're opening up the position when your king is still in the center of the board, and that can be very good, but it can also be very bad. So a sample line would be bishop c5, attacking the f2 pawn, and if h3, knight takes, and bishop g5, which is just very complicated. You could play f6, but even something like knight d4, and I mean, this is just ridiculous. It's too complicated for a 10-minute game. So after bishop c4, my opponent played bishop c5, which I guess he's kind of trying to go into Giocopiano, an Italian game setup. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite work. Now I played e5, and, well, you can see that the only reasonable move is knight g4. But after this, well, there's a nice tactic for white. d5 would have been the best defense for black, after which you can either take on f6 and then trade queens, or you can move the bishop. So here, bishop takes f7 check is the correct move. If you play queen d5, then after queen e7, black is defending everything and black is better. After takes, here I have two options. I can play queen d5 check, which is what happened in the game, but I could also play knight g5 check. And after the king moves, then I can take on g4, but then knight takes e5, and there's really only one move, queen g3, which maintains the advantage for white. And I'm down a pawn. The position is opening up. Yes, I can castle and my king will be safer, but it's not so clear how I'm gonna win this. After queen d5 check, well, my opponent moves and I take the bishop. That's a check. Queen e7, offering a trade of queens, which, well, makes sense because I guess he doesn't want his king to be checkmated. I'm pretty much forced to trade, otherwise I'm going to lose the pawn on e5. And after king takes, I castled. Although knight d5 check immediately is also good. And because, well, it's actually better than castles, because if you try to defend the pawn, then bishop g5 check and you're gonna just lose the pawn. Check, and well, you're also losing the rook. So castles, knight takes, knight takes, knight takes, rook e1, with the threat of winning the knight. King f6, the only move. Knight d5 check, king f5, and now I take on c7. Rook b8, defending the rook. Knight b5, attacking a7, as well as threatening this check. a6, check, king f6. Now here I did think about taking the bishop, but it hasn't developed, so I thought maybe just wait until b6 or b5 is played, or maybe even wait until the bishop is on b7 before I take the bishop. My pawn structure is better. This pawn is gonna be weak, so I just decided to bring my bishop into the game. And here I just missed this move, which when I was looking at the game the next day, I just immediately saw the move knight e4 check. It's just winning. Takes, and well, now I'm just up a piece. Instead I played knight e8 check, and well, after takes, my opponent played knight takes e1, which is not as good as rook takes on e8. And here I missed also this in-between move, knight d6 check, and it's game over. So after this, well, we just straight everything, and well, bishop d6 again. Just my bishop is a little bit better. I have a better pawn structure, but it's bishops of opposite colors, so with correct play, this should be a draw. And after bishop b7, I stopped writing down the moves. So yeah, maybe next time I'm just gonna just record the game differently. And yeah, I hope that you liked the video. If you did, like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.